All right, part 3 is now going to be our strength test. So if you pass the pain test and you pass the range test, we're going to go into some strength tests. So the first one is called an empty can test. So I'm going to have Mike stand towards me, and there's two components of the empty can test. The first one is that Mike's going to stand here looking like he's going to give me a big hug. All right, so right here, arms are a little in front, elbows are a little bent, and the first component of the empty can is with your thumbs pointing towards the ceiling. I'm going to apply some pressure to the upper arm above the elbow and push down. If that's solid and doesn't cause any pain, I'm going to move to step 2, which is right here at the wrist. And now I'm going to push down right there. If both of those are clear of any pain, the second component of the empty can is to turn the thumbs down. Now this creates more pinching inside of the joint, and it actually closes off the tunnel where the tendons come through. So it's a more provocative, more stress component of the test. So same thing here. I'm going to start up here. I'm going to push above the elbows, pushing down. Any pain, yes or no? Then if there is no pain, I'll go to the last one here, which is pushing down right at the wrists. And if there's no pain, that's great. You're negative for an empty can test. Then we'll move to the next one, which is a tummy press test. So I'll have Mike stand this way. The first one here is just putting your hand on your tummy, and I'm going to have him push in on his tummy and ask him if that causes any discomfort there. The second one then is that I'm going to reach my hand underneath his hand. I'm going to have him push in while I push out and see if that causes any discomfort or weakness, and you can compare that side to side. On the second one here is then reaching behind the back, so the low back press test. So I'll have Mike come in here, and I'm going to have him push on those low back. There's a couple things that can happen here. You can cause pain. You can cause a pop, which would both be indications that something is not right. Or I can slide my hand into here and then have him do a push in while I push off and see if that provokes any pain. Now, caution, when you do these strength tests, make sure you're not using a whole ton of force. You're just looking to see if you can produce the move. You can compare right to left to see if one is weaker, and ultimately if you're provoking any pain with less force than more. Okay, so if you follow those part 1, part 2, and part 3, and you find anything in that test that provokes pain, you don't have the rage, any clicking or hobbies, please give us a call. We can evaluate this further, and we will look forward to working with you, and maybe we'll see you soon. Bye for now.